right to defend its sovereign from a group that has openly declared its intense
Do you think they're going to close it if
impatience to invade had already launched dozens of rockets into the
people like that's going to be really hard? Okay, so I'm going to go with the perimeter. Okay. They could totally try to empty out the market for
You wanted to know that?
No, I mean, I don't know what they're doing.
We therefore urge the current U.S. administration to stop supporting the terrorists of TPLF, revoke the ill-advised executive. In conclusion, for the people of Eritrea and Ethiopia and the greater Horn of Africa to live in peace and stability, it is high time that we stand together so that Eritrea, Ethiopia, and the Horn of Africa prevails. I want to have
Thank you. It's too quiet. It's too quiet. It's too quiet. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Ethiopia. 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 Eritrea. Horn of Africa. All right. The TPLF, has been a terror in Ethiopia and the Horn of Africa for more than 3 decades. They have stolen and pillaged from the Ethiopian people while enriching their own families abroad. They are now using the stolen billions of dollars to hire lobbyists and put pressure on the elected government of Ethiopia. When I say the crimes of these fools, you say TPLF.
All right.
Who is designated as a terrorist by the U.S. actually?
TPLF.
Who led Ethiopia for 27 years with tyranny and genocide?
TPLF.
Who as a Cold War era dictator put into power by the U.S.?
TPLF.
Who embezzled $30 billion from Ethiopia?
TPLF.
Who tortured, raped, women, massacred Oromo, Afar, Benshangul people?
TPLF.
Who violated human rights for 30 years?
TPLF.
Who jailed journalists and opposition leaders?
TPLF.
Who divided Ethiopia into ethnic lines?
TPLF.
We don't want.
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 TPLF.
I can't hear you.
TPLF.
In the back.
TPLF.
In the back.
TPLF.
Talk to the White House. Wake up, Biden. He's sleeping. We don't want. We don't want. We don't want. No more.
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 When I say no more, you say TPLF. No more.
TPLF.
No more.
TPLF.
No more.
TPLF.
No more.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
Biden, we don't want.
TPLF.
Biden, we don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
No more.
TPLF.
No more.
TPLF.
I can hear Atlanta. I can't hear you. We don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
Come on, Biden, listen to us. We don't want.
TPLF.
We don't want.
TPLF.
All right. Let me introduce the speaker real quick here. We got Dr. Segera here, Leslie, from the African Historical Society. Play a little bit of music and then she'll come up. Go ahead.
She's coming up. We have enough time. 49.
Okay. All right. Our next speaker, like I mentioned earlier, is Dr. Sergey Vahel Leslie from the African Historical Society. If you can give her a few minutes here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, my Ethiopian brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Denana Choi, Indamana Choi, Ethiopia Windamana Hutuch, Ethiopia Natina Batuch, Indamana Choi, Ethiopia Libyanat, Ya Africa Libnat, Amhara Bihon, Tigray Bihon, Oromo Bihon, Gambela Bihon, Ethiopia Andanat, and Agernat, and Hizbe, and Xavier Amlak, and Africa Bamulu, Taklala Africa Ethiopia Nat, Yenya Tukuran Basatna Ethiopia Nat, Tukur Hizbuch Mulu Bamulu Ya Ethiopia Lijoch Nat. እኛም የኢትዮጵያ ወታደር መሆን ያስፈልጋል። በአፍሪካ ውስጥ ያለው፣ በአሜሪካ ውስጥ ያለው፣ በካሪቢክ ውስጥ ያለው፣ በአውሮፓ ውስጥ ያለው ጥቁር ህዝቦች ለኢትዮጵያ መነሳት ያስፈልጋል። The black lives of Africa matter. የአፍሪካ እናት ደግሞ ኢትዮጵያ ናት። For us, African Ethiopians who were oppressed in colonialism, let us remember how Ethiopia gave safe haven to our liberation fighters. Let us remember how Ethiopia trained our leaders in Tor Hailuch military school. Let us remember now, Ethiopia needs us now. Let us stand for Ethiopia the way Ethiopia stood for us and our liberation. Salasa amet bamulu ka Ethiopia we God tawahedo bete Christian Muslim Italiano. Ka salasa amet befit ine wede Ethiopia tehedku. Ye ene Jerusalem nalibelano. Bahadit Majemrio Hajj where the Ethiopia nebre. Salazi yeene Mecca Ethiopia nat. Aksum Zion yeene nat. But ihenen salasa amet was political was magbatene I feldigam neber. Mikriatum Baye Ethiopia andinetine amenallo. Baye Ethiopia tinsai ine amenallo. Baye Ethiopia tukur ambasa inet ine amenallo. Baye Ethiopia አሸናፊነትን ያምናለሁ። በኢትዮጵያ አሸናፊነትን ያምናለሁ። የአድዋ ድል የመረሳ አይደለም። ግን አሁን በትልቁ ድምፅ መነጋገር ያስፈልጋል። የአሜሪካን ሀገር እና የዩሮፓ ሀገር ዜና እኔ ሲሰምቻለሁ በጣም ተናደድኩ። እንዴት እንደዚህ አይነት ውሸት ይናገራሉ? እንዴት እንደዚህ አይነት ክፋት ይናገራሉ? ኢትዮጵያ እንደ ሊቢያ መሆን ትችላለች ነው ሰምቻለሁ። እንዴት ኢትዮጵያ እንደ የመን መሆን ትችላለች? የት አባት አይሆንም። እንዴት ኢትዮጵያ እንደ የመን መሆን ትችላለች? አይሆንም። ኢትዮጵያ የአፍሪካ በሙሉ ተባኪ ናት። የአፍሪካ በሙሉ ተስፋ ናት። አፍሪካን ዩኒየን ናት። ኢትዮጵያ ሲወድቃለች አፍሪካ በሙሉ ትወድቃለች። አፍሪካ በሙሉ ለኢትዮጵያ መጠበቅ ያስፈልጋል። All black people and all Africans must rise up to protect Ethiopia from foreign invasion and from foreign attack. Now ሙሉ በሙሉ መነሳት ያስፈልጋል። Let me speak to African and the African descended all over the world for one moment. You Ethiopians know these things already. If you are a Muslim, you believe that the first Hajj was to Ethiopia. And the first Muezzin, Bilal al-Habashi, was an Ethiopian. The Quran says, don't touch Ethiopia. Ethiopia, Quran is saying. Ethiopia is holy for you. If you are Protestant, then you know that biblical Kush is all of the kingdom south of Egypt. Ethiopia is holy for you. If you are an Ifa worshipper, you believe that you came from the east. Ethiopia is holy for you. If you are an animist, Ethiopia is the origin of life. Ethiopia is holy for you. If you are a Marxist even, Gada's system was in Ethiopia. There was no private property. The land belonged to God and was under the control of the farmers. Historically, the Ethiopian aristocracy treated the farmers with respect and honor, going to even study in the countryside Gadam. The kings went barefoot and slept on the floor if there was famine among the farmers. Respect our Ethiopia. If you are Orthodox Christian, it is written among the foreigners of the first century that Ethiopia and Egypt were ruled by one Ethiopian queen. So when the Christian Holy Family fled to Egypt, that included Ethiopia. Ethiopia is holy for us. Ethiopia yenya tilikinatna. But internationalism bekul African Union demo yenya shmagelenat. Yenya shmagele African Union no. Our negotiator is the African Union. Ethiopia
t-shirts and hoodies. Look how cute. The United States of America. Woo. See, they all sell t-shirts and oh my god, there's the shirt. Your Kamala Harris shirt. That's so infamous. Aw, that makes me sad. That makes me miss New York. Hi. It's the same guy who sold it to you. Isn't that sweet? Okay, I'm going back in here. There's a lot of people. I mean, this is like, they said 20,000, but it's got to be like 2,000. How many people do you think are here? 25,000? Oh my gosh, this is more people I've seen at any protest. No, you don't think so? Well, it's more than any protest that I've seen. The U.S. needs to stay out of Ethiopia. That's what they're protesting. It's very simple, very clear. See, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? They said China's a business partner. And they said... Well, listen to the stream. I'm trying to figure out what code pink one. I want to cover all the protests. Okay, call me back. You know, if live streaming made the serious cash it's supposed to make, then I would be able to show you everything. Okay, switch, power chat, and Streamlabs is back. Okay. Yes, keep all on First Amendment Auditor. So my PayPal is First Amendment Auditor. How do you spell that? Can someone put it in a link? Because, you know, there's PayPal, there's Venmo, there's GPay. I mean, I have so many ways to play and so many ways to pay. And this is just the beginning. Do links with every way to pay. Okay, so Zelle, We Love Corinne, Apple 917-287-1314, Cash App, GPay, Facebook Pay, Skrillex. Did I say that right? What's the Chinese way to pay? Ali, Alio. Okay, the Chinese word. Okay, and then there's so many, all the ways to contribute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need my own Bitcoin. I need my own Bitcoin. And I need an address. I'll give you guys an address where you guys can all donate to. I will give you guys an address. I need my own. I want my own Bitcoin. I need my own Bitcoin. Yes, so Biden's supposed to be flying in at 3 o'clock, and I guess he's going to be late. So you want to see his schedule? So maybe they changed their mind. Who knows? Who knows what the truth is about anything anymore? We'll look at everything, because you guys know I love to do that. Yes, I need Cash App, $ Corinne now. CORINNE-NOW. Don't you want me to be safe? I mean, if I'm going to show you what's happening in your city, your county, your state. gonna walk clockwise. Let's do that. Thank you so much for $5. I appreciate you so much. You're a little. This is the biggest group I've seen assembled. Excuse me. You're so sweet. Excuse me.
አይዞን ኢትዮጵያ በሚለው አይዞን ኢትዮጵያ .com በሚለው ሊንክ ላይ ክሬዲት ካርዳችሁን እያስገባችሁ ላኩ። አሁን ልክ ነው የመጣው።
Excuse me.
TPLF!
Stop supporting TPLF!
Stop supporting TPLF!
Stop supporting TPLF!
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! No more! 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 country. Leave us alone. If you want to kick us out, we are going to leave you country. Don't kill our food. This corrupt terrorist group. The BLF is terrorist. Wayane is a terrorist group. A terrorist group.
I'm independent, yeah, so.
Terrorist. Shame on you.
Yeah.
She's a puppet. She's a puppet.
I'll give you my number.
Your life. She killed all innocent people.
She's a corrupt. IRL
She's
today.
a corrupt.
I can't hear you. I'm in the middle of a protest. And Corinne, my name is Corinne. What? I know, you shouldn't believe the media. They all lie and they don't have footage because they go to the advertising they do. They lie. The media lies. Yes, they lie.
Of the world. I didn't like heaven.
Yes. My name is I get censored so much, and I don't want to. So you can go on my Instagram, Corinne. Yes. C-O-R. Corinne. C-O-R-N-N-E. I-R-L. Yeah, Corinne. Space IRL. On Instagram, everywhere. I get censored so The U.S. government is trusting a terrorist group. That is what they're saying is going on. Yes. So we're going to walk around the White House like we normally do.
It's gone.
Let's get it off.
This is very important.
Many people in Lafayette Park, so I'm so proud of people who are willing to stand up for what they believe in. Very important. I don't trust anyone who wears a mask. They usually close Lafayette Plaza when the helicopters come and go. It's going to be very interesting how this works.
Try to set up? No.
And there's a police van over there. There's children everywhere. And there's another helicopter. You guys love helicopters. I don't know why. And landed over there.
No, yeah, you picture same thing. I can't.
The United States Secret Service has a policeman, which is very interesting. Hands off Ethiopia. 3:30 p.m. It feels freezing. And these people definitely want the United States of America out of Ethiopia, which is very understandable because we would not want Ethiopia inside the United States of America either. So it all makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Allegedly, a helicopter landed over there. I don't know why you guys care about helicopters. I super don't care about the helicopters because what's the point? I care about these tents over here. Why are there all these green tents? I care about, when Biden's around, he has these 2 dogs that go wild, and they're very serious dogs. I care about Biden's dogs. I like this area of the White House. It's so beautiful. Let's go see how closed every other area of the White House is. Usually they close the White House, Lafayette Park, when Biden comes and goes. And they haven't tried to do that yet. Let's go look over here and see what's going on over here. More and more people are showing.
Are you a journalist?
Yes, I am.
From where?
I'm independent media. You want to go on my Instagram? It's Corinne IRL.
Do you
CORI.
have the right information about Ethiopia?
Yes.
What do you have?
We have. You want to give it to me?
I sure
We
will.
have the information that America is being, the President of the United States of America is funding a terrorist organization in Ethiopia, according to you guys.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. The terrorist group for the past 27 years has killed, genocide, raped, and by the power of the people they were taken off and somebody else was picked up. But now America is standing with the terrorist group trying to do a region change, which Ethiopians do not want.
Is it about water?
It could be about water because there is a dam Ethiopia is building in a river of Nile that could literally power a whole Africa.
What's Russia doing? What's China doing? What's Israel doing? Are they all fighting over Ethiopia?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite. Not that visibly that we can see. But Americans are standing against Ethiopian enemies and trying to demolish Ethiopia. Do you remember what they done, Obama done, and when it is
Obama
Libya?
did something bad to
Libya.
Ethiopia? Oh, what did he do to Libya?
He destroyed Libya. He killed Gaddafi. That's exactly what they're trying to do. This Biden administration is a copy of
Gaddafi was a dictator. Your Ethiopian person was democratically elected, correct?
Ours is elected.
What's his
correct.
name?
His name is Abiy.
Okay. Why are you in Washington, D.C. and not Eritrea or Ethiopia? I want to go with you to Eritrea or Ethiopia. I'm sick of Washington, D.C.
Let me just tell you something. I left Ethiopia in 1987.
Why?
I never went back.
I want to go with you.
Because it was a dark government. It was a socialist government I ran away from.
Well, now I think America's becoming socialist.
Exactly.
Or communist. I get censored all the time. I can't even give you a business card because I get censored all the time. So what's the point? But I can give you my number.
That's the reason right now we are fighting.
Good. Because America's being a communist country, becoming communist.
Country, and we don't want that. We didn't run from a communist to make a communist country, period.
Exactly.
We came run away from a communist to have a proper nation, a nation that has a freedom, a nation that has, been the opportunity to all people. But we can't do that,
How did you know all the media in America is censored? Who told you that?
The Ethiopians. They say this is not true. And then there is African, not Ethiopian, but African journalists brought out and they said CNN BBC, all what they do is wrong.
We're censored.
Yes, that's
Very
what they
censored.
said.
And I'm not part of any of those news medias, but we're censored.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the decline of the United States of America and the American dream dying. So I want to go with you and live in Eritrea, Ethiopia. It's going to be more free than we are
I
soon.
have to fight for America.
You do?
I do. If I can die
I want to
for it,
fight
I
for
will.
Ethiopia.
If I die,
I want to live in
bullet
Eritrea.
for Trump, I would have.
For what?
For Trump,
What does that mean?
I would have taken a bullet for him and died.
You
for
liked him?
I love him.
Aw,
'Cause
okay.
He's the only person that truly loved this nation and wanted to see the growth of America.
Say that again. You want to say that again? I mean, you could say that. I can't say that. Are you Eritrean? What are you doing here? I love to tease people.
One of your lashes
I know.
are-
I took it off because I couldn't see. I took it off.
Just wanted to make sure.
Tell me about Trump really fast. Will you give me like we stand there and tell me about Trump? What did Trump do that was good for Eritrea? Just under 58 seconds.
I have no idea. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not about that. I'm about America.
Why do you like Trump so much?
I like Trump so much because he stood for the rights of Americans. He said America first. He meant it. He didn't take a penny for the past 4 years. They put everything. They called him racist when he was their friend. They didn't call him a racist. They took money out of him. They took money for their own campaign from him.
And you
But
were in
when he
D.C.
started
when Trump
running-
was here? You were in D.C. when Trump was here?
Yeah, I've been here since 2005 in D.C.
So what's Biden doing exactly?
Biden he's going against America. He's making America.
He's censoring me.
In every way, making America poor. It's the world first, America last is Biden's policy.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Are you from Eritrea?
What's that?
Are you from Eritrea? I'm just teasing you. Silly. I'm Corinne IRL. Do you have Instagram?
No, I don't have this.
What do you use?
Not much.
I know. You're smart. Follow
I
the
went
police
with
line.
With 5 line, and I said, "Do not do this to my people. Let me go and tell them, and
Okay.
I will tell them to move." They went to move. Guess what? The people turned towards.
Because I've never seen anybody be able to protest this with this many people when Biden's supposed to be flying in and out. I've never seen this happen. So you guys are doing a really good job. Because usually they close everything. They tell everybody to leave. Yeah, so I'm going to go walk around and I'll be back. But my name is Corinne. Find me. I'll give you my
Great to
number.
meet you. Okay.
Everyone has my number, 917.
Hold on, let me dial you so you can have my.
Are you guys from Ethiopia? I'm just teasing you.
And I just want to say one thing.
Yes,
Hands
ma'am.
off Ethiopia, period.
Hands off Ethiopia.
Yes.
Let
Are you a
Ethiopia be free. Am I a what? I'm not a terrorist. I'm a journalist. No, I'm a journalist. Yeah, yes, I'm a journalist.
Hands off Ethiopia.
Hands off Ethiopia. I want to live in Eritrea.
Really?
Yes, it's better than here. I get censored every single day. My name is Corinne. You can go on Instagram. I don't know what you go on, but I get censored. I get banned. We're turning into communism. You understand this? America is becoming a communist country. Yes, you understand this. We can't talk. You're freer than I am. You're okay. It's on Instagram. It's CORINNE.
C-O-R?
CORINNE space IRL. And I can't even give you a business card because I have to change my name.
internet's not working
Oh,
here.
just
It's
write
so
it down.
friendly.
Just write. Okay, I'll give you my number. They block the internet a lot. It's
Yeah,
totally
I think that's what happened
yeah.
because
I'll give you my
was-
number, 917-287-1314. Take my number,
917?
917-287-1314. Yes, yeah, perfect. Corinne, CORINNEIRL space IRL in real life. Because the thing is that I cover Washington, D.C., and so I never know what's going to happen, but America needs to stay out.
What news are you working for?
Well, they won't buy anything, so we'll see what happens. Usually European people care, but at this time, I mean, it just depends. It is so corrupt.
So you're independent?
Yes, and let's see who even buys this footage. That's why I was going to walk around and see what the police are going to do. Nobody really buys footage when it's so political, you know what I mean? It's really serious, and it's so censored. So I think I need my own news channel. I cannot believe this anymore. It's so censored.
Keep doing
No, I do YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Odyssey. I do, oh my gosh, I have like 10 channels. Yeah, I might do Getter. I might do these other ones. There's all new channels coming up because we get censored so much. Yeah, but the news laws, and they only go by whoever's giving them money.
That's right.
But at least you guys can come over here. Usually when Biden flies in and out, they kick you out of this area. Yeah. So they're not being too mean to you right now. They're being kind of nice.
Not really? They're meaner than this?
Oh my God, yes. They kick everybody out and they make them stand over there usually.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they're being really nice to you guys. Really nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multiple sex offenses, serial rapists, and he's going into court saying, I know this person, and lower their bail so they can be back into society. So this is the type of shit I'm talking about. Yeah. And this is the type of stuff that we want changed. This stuff, again, I know black people who are in jail for way less. Right or wrong, they're in jail for way less. And this system isn't equal. The application of the law isn't equal, let alone, freedom or, equality in the system just day to day. But until it's changed,
what do we got to do to change? Where's it start?
It starts with first people recognizing there's a problem. That's the most offensive part. A lot of the arguments I had out here with people was people trying to tell me how it is to be a black man, what don't or don't exist in society or in law for black people. I'm fucking black. You can't tell me what my experience is or tell me that it's not real.
Right.
When I'm sitting here watching it be real.
Right.
So America has had a race problem. It continues to have a race problem, but they continue to also say that we don't. It's a place that is hypocritical. We're a melting pot. We welcome everybody, but clearly you see folks, politicians get on TV and be polarizing and be, exclude groups of people depending on what they believe, what they look like, etc.
Right.
So we can't. Which one is it? Are we the land of the free and home of the brave, or are we the land of some free, some brave? A selective of who those things represent.
Man. You hear that term? I kept hearing the term empathy tossed around a lot, and I was like, "Oh shoot, my bad." We'll talk about it. Hey.
That was Brian made you guys.
Lord, not only do we seek justice, but we seek your comfort. You promise to be near the brokenhearted, care for the crushed in spirit. So Lord, we lift up JoJo's family. We lift up Anthony's family. In this weekend that is a crushing blow, as they see this injustice firsthand, we ask your healing and comforting touch. And we ask that all of us continue to hold them in prayer. And not only them, but we continue to lift up little Jake. Lord, we know that you can do miraculous and powerful things. We know that little Jake is a very strong man. So Lord, we ask for your miracle. We ask that he walk again. We ask your healing touch upon him in this very moment. Lord, you tell us that when we see something that is not right, a 17-year-old coming into our community and murdering 2 people certainly is that. Lord, you tell us to seek justice. You tell us to stand up. And so, Lord, as this group of people comes together to stand up, to seek justice, to address what is not right, we ask for courage, strength, and protection. We pray all this in your powerful, wonderful, and mighty name. Amen.
Just for the record, this is Reverend Pastor Jonathan from the Lutheran Church here in town. My brother that we've been getting to in good trouble with. Everybody has some shelter to go to. In Kenosha, the shelter is their church. They feed hot meals twice a week. They've marched every with us. They've been to every event with us. They also serve boxes of food out on Tuesday. Kenosha, this is one of their gyms. There's no doubt. I know that the mayor even knows the man's name, but we know his name, and we thank him for his service. Next up, say your name.
Zach.
And this is JoJo's fiance. Just want to say a couple of words. We're not taking questions. She merely wanted to stand in unity with the Blake family, with LOC, leaders of Kenosha, and many other organizations that came forth today to speak loud that this was an incredible and just act, and that we're going to keep marching, we're going to keep rallying. We don't have to throw bricks and Molly cocktails anymore. We're going to hit them with an economic crushing blow that's going to show Kenosha that they got to change their ways. Please say something.
The biggest thing that I want to say is that it feels like just these men that died, that their lives do not matter, and they do matter. There are loved ones that are left behind that are grieving them right now. And we have no closure to that, none whatsoever. So I'm just asking that everybody please remember their names. Please remember their names, because JoJo and Anthony meant something to people, and they're gone. So if their lives don't matter, then none of our lives matter. And we need to fix that.
How did you feel when the verdict came out?
No question.
Say their name!
Anthony and JoJo!
Say their name!
Anthony and JoJo!
Say their name!
Anthony and JoJo!
Next on the mic is my big brother, Bishop from Rainbow Push Coalition, who's been down supporting the Blake family since day one, now supporting Anthony JoJo's family to uplift them. Bishop.
This is a sad day and sad moment in American history. We've never had a situation of this egregious and this injurious to so many Americans around the country. This verdict that gives way and validates vigilante justice, Kyle Rittenhouse, we saw for ourselves. We saw the video, we saw the evidence, we heard the witnesses. We felt the pain of these family members, and we know what injustice looks like. And all over America this weekend and the days thereafter, the feet of freedom are taking the streets of America. Reverend Jesse Jackson is meeting with congressional leaders as we speak to make a formal appeal to the Department of Justice to open a review on this case. It is wrong in a land of laws for any individual to shoot 3 people and kill 2 of them in a peaceful protest where people are exercising their First Amendment right of freedom of speech and the right to publicly protest in peace. This judge took it upon himself to dismiss one of the most serious charges that Kyle Rittenhouse faced. A minor carrying a weapon, a loaded weapon, unlicensed. He doesn't even have a damn license to drive a car.
Talk about it.
We're outraged about this.
Talk about it.
And we're going to turn our pain into power.
That's right.
We understand that the governor was here today. You cannot meet without us.
That's right.
You cannot have a discussion without us.
Go ahead.
You cannot have a plan without us.
Go ahead.
You cannot have any type of arrangement without talking to the people.
Go ahead.
Because people power now makes a difference.
That's right.
People pain now makes a difference. And we want justice in this case. This was a case similar to Eric Garner.
Talk about it.
Trayvon Martin. And as far back as Emmett Till. And those that want to accept the verdict, we didn't accept Emmett Till's verdict.
There you go.
We didn't accept the verdict in Eric Gardner. We didn't accept the verdict in Trayvon Martin. And we will not accept this verdict. We have other alternatives and we have other options. And we're going to use peace and protest and civil disobedience. And people using the power that we have, the means that we have to make sure that this does not happen again. Imagine Ahmaud Arbery under the presumption.
Go ahead.
Jogging under presumption. The presumption because he's black. The presumption that 3 white people who are supporting Jacob Blake Jr. And we will not forget Jacob Blake Jr. He will not be unforgotten here in Kenosha or anywhere in this country. This is a new day. Those who finance this defense, those who are using him as a poster child for justice, you've just awakened a giant. You've just awakened the conscience of a people that will not take no for an answer. We want justice and we're going to get it. And it starts today in Kenosha.
All right.
Let freedom ring.
All right, all right. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Justin Blake. I'm the uncle of Jacob Blake that was shot 7 times in the back in front of his children and paralyzed by police officer Shetsky. And we just want to thank all those people out there that are moving and working and using their money and their efforts to make things behind the scene go wrong, because it's given us the coalition and the cohesiveness to bring all these beautiful people out today. We in the country have never worked this hard when the Haitians were being disrupted at the border, Big Jake, Bianca Austin, and myself, Breonna Taylor's aunt, Bianca Austin, went back to Chicago to the Federal Building to stand with the Haitian brothers and sisters. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
That's right.
And there's not a fight that the Blake family doesn't want to be in around this country to help get African Americans what's overdue. The check that Martin Luther King was talking about that's yet to be cashed. It's way overdue.
Overdue.
We made this country the wealthiest country in the world through 300, 400 years of free labor in slavery. If anybody deserves to vote, we deserve to vote. If anybody deserves the civil liberties that were abused in this case by a Caucasian young man that was 17 years old, we deserve those rights. We're paying for the people that shoot us in our back. We're paying the taxes for the people that kneel upon our neck or come into our home and shoot us down in our homes while we wear our slippers and our bedrobes. They never thought we'd be touching phone calls and shaking hands and having dinners across this nation and develop the family situation that we have today. We were able to secure a guilty verdict in Kansas City on a police officer that nobody even knows about. Nobody knows about it. I got to Google the name myself. My brother was down there for last week when the trial was coming to a close. What does that show you? That shows us that we're going to be everywhere. Jesse couldn't be here today, but we got Bishop. Jesse's going to be in D.C., and we're going to be still fighting. We have soldiers on the street that were drinking tea and coffee until they heard what happened. They put it down and got out here on the streets today. This is a historical time, and I want people to understand that. The precedents this court set will go on for the next 50 to 100 years if not corrected immediately. That means that our African descendants that marched in the streets in 2020 by the millions, in our eyes I could see them being gunned down in a dream, and I jumped up the other night. We can't allow this to happen. This judge somehow needs to be censored, or he said he's going to retire. Please go ahead on. Because we need people to sit on the bench with jurisprudence that is non-biased. We don't know this man's background. He put his hand on the scale at every point he had. They couldn't see the pictures before he threw up the Proud Boy sign, nor when he did it in the bar. They couldn't hear the video when he said he couldn't wait to shoot somebody, name the gun, and then 60 or 40 days later, 2 people are shot and dead, third one wounded. When have you ever seen somebody who's charged with murder stand behind a judge while they watch a video?
Never happened.
These things have never happened.
Never happened.
This wasn't covert, it was overt, and I hope everybody has their eyes open. We are fighting racism head on.
Yes, sir.
Because they're not bowing down. They're not going to roll over and give us power. We all know in the next 10 to 15 years, Asians, Hispanic, and African Americans, women are going to be in the White House. Generally, it'll take a hell of a trip for a white man to get himself up in there. So things are changing. We recognize that, and that's the fight that we face. Democratic parties to Republican parties is usually peaceful. Republican to Democratic, usually peaceful until last year when January 6th happened. So if you don't think this is serious, January 6th happened. The most time anybody got was 2 years. This is historic. The young man shooting somebody, murder him on tape. He admits to it on stand. Yet he goes home.
Yes, sir.
If it was an African-American young man carrying that style of weapon,
go ahead.
There would be no court like there was none for Jacob Blake.
Go ahead.
He'd have been shot down in the damn street, and that would have been the end of the story. So let's not play with this. This is serious. And let me tell you something this morning. President Biden sold us out.
Go ahead.
He betrayed our family. He betrayed the people behind us. He has done nothing for us. And this goes all the way to the White House.
Go ahead.
Where has he been for the Floyd family?
Go ahead.
Bianca Austin can't sleep at night for the Taylor family or Auntie of the Taylor because nothing's been done. Big Jake just walks around sometime, and I don't know if he's with us or not, because nothing's been done. And this man stood in this gentleman's church to my right
and told Big Jake to hold his feet to the fire. Well, we want to come to the White House. That's what we want. We want to come to the White House, and we want somebody to explain to us why this continues to happen and what the hell they're going to do about it.
Go ahead.
Because now they stirred up the people, and there's no power like the people. And we will not stop until we get answers, till we change laws, till we get people out of office, and till we demo this whole unjust situation. So we thank everybody for coming out today. Big ups to the red, black, and green. Unity now, one Africa.
We want those who sympathize with Kyle Rittenhouse to show the same sympathy for Crystal Kaiser.
That's right.
We want Crystal Kaiser.
That's right.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser.
Crystal Kaiser deserves the same sympathy.
This is a young
right
lady.
Here in Kenosha. She's in jail right since 2018.
That's right.
At the age of 16.
Come on.
In sex trafficking and prostitution.
Go ahead.
This same prosecutorial office.
Go ahead.
Blocked her right.
Go ahead.
Blocked her right to use self-defense.
Wow.
Self-defense in an altercation where she ended up killing her abuser. And this same office now, after it was appealed, after it was turned over, it is not just this judge that's the problem. There are many judges in this courthouse that's the problem. And the appeals court
system is guilty as hell.
This judge was overturned, and now it's before the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Well, show Crystal Kaiser the same.
Go ahead.
Blocked her right.
Go ahead.
Blocked her right to use self-defense.
Wow.
Self-defense in an altercation where she ended up killing her abuser. And this same office now, after it was appealed, after it was turned over, it is not just this judge that's the problem. There are many judges in this courthouse that's the problem. And the appeals court
system is guilty as hell.
This judge was overturned, and now it's before the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Well, show Crystal Kaiser the same attention.
That's right.
Show her the same sympathy. Make her a hero.
That's right.
Every woman, every women's organization
that's right.
should be in these streets fighting for Crystal Kaiser's freedom.
That's right.
How in the hell is she involved in sex trafficking?
Go ahead.
Used as a prostitute. And the evidence speaks for itself. And she's held without bail right here in Kenosha County. Not anywhere else, right here. This is the corner of America. And we're not going away. We're going to fight for Crystal Kaiser. We're going to fight for Crystal Kaiser. We're going to fight for Jacob Blake Jr. And there are many other black and brown defendants that are held in this county and across this state and are doing time that they shouldn't be doing time. We've had enough. It's time to fight back.
We got one of our elected officials that always comes down to join us. Every time they march in Milwaukee, if I don't see this face, they not marching. Please, it's your mic, brother. Do your thing.
Isaiah 61:8 says, I, the Lord, love justice. There is no peace without justice.
That's right.
And we are here as people who love each other. We are here as people who love our families. And we'd like nothing more than on a Sunday to spend time with our families.
That's right.
What? But some of us cannot stand injustice.
Go ahead. Right. Go ahead.
Some of us are moved so much that we have to separate ourselves from our families.
Go ahead.
And get in the streets and get in the community to demand that things change. Because it has not changed. When Jacob Blake was shot in the back 7 times, it has not changed.
Come on.
When people who came out not to cause violence, not to destroy things, they came out to have their voices heard, and they were met with tanks in this very park that we're standing in. They were met with aggression, not just from law enforcement agencies, but from white militia groups who believe in white supremacy.
Come on.
This is a fight against fascism.
Come on,
Go ahead.
come on.
Call it what it is.
This is a fight that we must be endured in for the sake of our children, for the sake of the future of our communities. And we can't stay still.
That's right.
We can't be quiet. Some of us have tried, and it irks us so bad that we have to get up and do something about it.
That's right, that's right.
So when we come out, we don't need to be threatened for our lives just because we speak out to change the future for our kids, to change the future of our state. Kyle Rittenhouse made it very much harder for this state to come together. He made it very much harder for us to see the humanity in each other, for us to have empathy for each other's experiences in this community. And many of us were here much before he decided to get here. Much of us were here already advocating for us to address these issues that make Wisconsin one of the worst places to raise a black child. So what we are doing here today is to take the narrative back.
That's right. That's right.
He gets to leave this state again while we are here to do the real work.
That's right.
Of uniting this state,
That's right.
of uniting our communities, and changing this once and for all. And if you believe in justice, like the bishop says, Crystal Kaiser believes that she needs justice too.
That's right. That's right.
Crystal Kaiser was in this building advocating for her justice too.
That's right.
And we didn't hear any of y'all.
That's right.
And we didn't hear anybody that was out making noises for Kyle Rittenhouse. Now you got a chance to prove yourself.
That's right.
Now you got a chance to change the narrative. That if you truly believe in justice, just like the Lord believes in justice, that you too can fight for justice for that black woman who deserves it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And lastly, I want to say this. We need our leaders.
Come on.
That's right.
Come on.
We need our leaders.
Come on.
That's right. Where you at?
Come on.
We need our leaders.
Go ahead.
Because it's going to take some courageous
Go
conversations.
ahead. Go ahead.
To not be afraid and just get quiet. And be silent so we can keep votes in certain parts of the state.
Come on, come on, come on.
Or we don't make certain populations mad.
Come on.
JoJo and Anthony are easily to be thrown away because they advocated for black people.
Come on.
Go ahead.
We're going to be honest about that.
Come on.
Yes,
Call
sir.
it.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you,
They
Joe.
used to call them N-word lovers.
Come on.
Thank
Come
you,
on.
Joe. Thank you,
That's
Joe.
history right there.
Come
Thank
on.
you, Joe.
So we are not going to throw away their lives either.
That's right.
We're going to advocate for their lives too.
Talk about
Yes,
it.
sir.
We're going to advocate for their families too.
That's right.
Beautiful.
This state won't get better until we advocate for all of us.
That's right.
We can keep sweeping stuff under the rug, but it still means it's dirt under there.
Yes, sir.
It still means that there's something wrong under there,
Yes, sir.
and it has to be addressed. So I'm proud to stand with these families. I'm proud to stand with these leaders, these fake leaders, and we're going to keep going because we easily could give up. We easily could stop at this moment, but we are not. And that's what defines us. Thank you so much.
I got one more thing to add in. I got a call last night from an attorney, a nationally known and internationally known attorney. And if there's people out there, because I know you're watching, whether you be an athlete, entertainer, or just somebody who happens to have a bale of money behind the bar, we want to fight some of these things legally. Please reach out to Locke. Please reach out to Push. We want to get in these courtrooms. We got lawyers that want to fight for us. We got issues, but it takes money. We're doing the job on the street. We're not going to let you down here. But we are asking those to, on a Sunday, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jews, whatever, to reach down in your soul or souls. If you're a true believer in whatever religion you are, this is wrong as hell. And the only way we can correct the large part of it is with financial backing so we can take it on in these courtrooms, so we can take on these companies that fund this foolishness. We're going to put an economic hurting on them over the holidays that they'll never forget. Kenosha would never forget. The $2 million that was raised wasn't raised here in Kenosha. That was all across this nation. So if you want to bring across the nation those people that are racist, that hate us, then we're going to reach across the nation too and see how we come out. Any questions from we got one more coming on. What's up, Justin?
Hi, my name is Jess. I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation and a resident of Kenosha.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm happy to see everyone here. The police shoot us in the back, abuse us with their tear gas, rubber bullets, kidnapped us off the streets. White militias have terrorized us with political repression under the guise of protection of property, and we're still out here.
Come on, come on.
So please give yourself a hand for being out here today and remaining steadfast in the face of injustice. The Party for Socialism and Liberation joined millions of people across the country in expressing our complete outrage at the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse on all charges. Once again, the U.S. court system has functioned to protect a racist murderer.
Yep.
That's right. All the way it is.
The verdict is an infuriating reminder of the fundamentally white supremacist nature of the capitalist legal system in the United States. The acquittal of Rittenhouse has tremendous, dangerous ramifications.
Yes, sir.
It effectively hands a license to kill to right-wing vigilantes who will now feel more empowered to terrorize people in the name of law and order.
Right.
There's a long and deadly tradition of far-right militia-type violence in the United States, and this threat has now been given a huge boost by the state.
Right.
The kangaroo court presided over Judge Bruce Schroeder was a disgrace and greatly enhanced Rittenhouse's chances of acquittal by a nearly all-white jury.
Yep.
The process was rigged from the start and grew even more absurd with each passing day. No doubt Rittenhouse was the aggressor. Even before the trial began, it was clear that Judge Schroeder was biased in favor of Rittenhouse. He decided to grant the defense's request to ban the use of the term victims to describe the people who Rittenhouse shot.
Go ahead.
At the same time, Schroeder denied the prosecution's request to similarly ban the use of words like looters, rioters, and arsonists to describe the same people. Even if the murder conviction was in doubt because of the biased nature of the trial, it seemed completely obvious that Rittenhouse would at least be found guilty of illegally possessing a firearm since he was 17 at the time of the killings as a minor and not allowed to carry his own gun. But Schroeder threw out this charge before the jury could even consider it. In an extraordinary move, Schroeder essentially overruled the Wisconsin state legislature and invalidated the entire law in question because of a technicality related to how the language in the statute was written. No one can honestly say that a black teenager on trial for multiple murders would have been given the same treatment in any courtroom in America. The strenuous effort to show Rittenhouse is presumed innocent, the built-in advantages of his lawyers and favorable media coverage cannot be more different from the racist judicial railroading that working-class black youth and others from oppressed communities are routinely the victim of. But Rittenhouse is a white racist vigilante and therefore entitled to ample protection in the U.S. justice system. The U.S. capitalist ruling class has long relied on fascist, white supremacist paramilitary violence at crucial moments to stabilize their system. This goes as far back as the end of the Civil War when the Ku Klux Klan and similar organizations employed brutal terrorism. In the early 1900s, the Klan was revived to repress growing labor militancy and the struggle and encouraged by the state, the people's movement of the 1960s and 70s. Rittenhouse's acquittal is a clear signal from the government that vigilantes who kill anti-racist protesters or any kind of progressive demonstrator will enjoy impunity.
That's right.
All they have to do is say they feared for their lives in plain self-defense. But the movement against racism will not be terrorized into passivity.
Come on.
In Kenosha and throughout the country, protesters are now hitting the streets to show that they will not be silenced, this grave affront to justice. So where do we go from here? The police have failed us, the Democratic politicians have failed us, the judge, the jury have failed to carry out justice, It is up to the power of the people to find the solutions to replace this capitalist white supremacist system.
That's right.
A system that is designed to fail those who seek out justice and racial equity.
Yes.
We must continue to organize to honor the memory of Anthony and JoJo.
All right.
We must continue to organize to fight for justice for Jacob Blake. It is up to us to imagine a new Kenosha. The ideas start right here, but they must be carried out and built upon on a daily basis.
All right.
The mechanisms and people that continue to terrorize and oppress us are highly organized and well-funded. It is up to the good citizens of Kenosha and across this country to counterbalance them and tip the scales in our favor with our power and resilience.
That's right.
I encourage everyone to find me after this program so we can keep building people power to not only imagine a new Kenosha, but to build it.
All right, all right, all right.
Thank you, and all power to the people.
All power to the people. Next coming up is one of the young men who's been one of the great organizers here in Kenosha before and after and during. Brother Kyle was awesome, but I hope you heard what that brother said, that they sent $2 million plus to dress that young man in a suit every day, to give him the Opie Taylor haircut that he has, to house his mother. Where's the people that want to send money for the other side? Please get in contact with LOC, leaders of Kenosha, so we can continue to fight on the streets and in the courtroom. Come on up here, Kyle.
My name's Kyle Flood. I am a former school board member and a local activist. I'm here. You'll see the signs around me that say Reimagine Kenosha.
All right.
You'll see that all week, and I'm here to explain what that means. Today we gather to stand in solidarity with Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, Gage Groskowitz, Jacob Blake, Crystal Kaiser, Donna Matthews, and so many more who have had justice stolen from them. Today we come together to ask why some individuals believe the lives of JoJo and Anthony didn't matter, simply due to partisanship or their mistakes they made in their past. For a year and a half now, since the murder of George Floyd, through the shooting of Jacob Blake, and still today, Kenosha had an uprising, and we are still having one. We as activists have dedicated our lives to the movement, and we do so to stay true to the American values so many extreme factions try to hijack. We must recognize that we are on the right side of history, no matter what those motivated by hate say. We should recognize the founders of this country ensured our First and Second Amendment rights for a reason. Our vital free speech rights allow us to have this fight, and in my opinion, the Founding Fathers would more so view the protesters who last year battled the government-funded police violence as an American militia protected by the Second Amendment than those who hide behind the word they don't understand. The American values of those who have been protesting since the murder of George Floyd, and some since Ferguson, are more in line with the purpose of our country's founding than any so-called militia member who seeks to intimidate, assault, or murder Americans exercising their First Amendment rights. And like Anthony Huber, we are not afraid. A murderer walks free, and the families of the victims, yes, the victims, are left seeing that our nation's justice system has not valued their loved ones' lives. Heroes like Anthony Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum go without recognition for their heroics, and it is wrong yet expected. We need to rapidly address and change our systems to live up to our values. We need to reimagine what our community looks like after this, and then achieve this new reimagining of Kenosha by staying in the streets, changing laws, and electing a new generation of leaders that puts an end to the good old boy politics of Kenosha and of Wisconsin. We can no longer live in an America where there are two justice systems, one for wealthy white men and one for everyone else. These differences display themselves in our local justice system in the cases of Crystal Kaiser, Donna Matthews, Timothy Carson, who was just sentenced yesterday to 11 years in prison. We can no longer live in an America that doesn't recognize that Black Lives Matter. We need fair trials. Judges continuously cherry-pick evidence that they want to include based on their own bias. This was evident in the Rittenhouse case when they did not allow evidence of Rittenhouse's violent thoughts and behaviors. It is also evident with the Donna Matthews case, where evidence about battered woman syndrome and the abuse Donna went through was gaslit and not allowed in the trial. Crystal Kaiser, a black woman, is not even afforded the same right to argue as Kyle Rittenhouse, as the same DA's office who prosecuted Rittenhouse and did not debate his self-defense claim tells Crystal she doesn't have the same right.
Come on.
We demand Rittenhouse be federally, financially, and morally held accountable. We also demand that Donna receive a more and fair trial. Another fair trial that charges against Crystal Kaiser be dropped completely. Furthermore, we demand that every law enforcement agency involved in inciting a riot in our community and creating the Rittenhouse scenario be fully held accountable and potentially prosecuted. As we reimagine a Kenosha where this justice system is possible, we must also reimagine the circumstances that led to this local and national tragedy in Kenosha. We must reimagine what safety and policing looks like in our community. We can no longer stand for dirty and inhumane cages in our jails where inmates continuously die from COVID infections. We must reimagine a Kenosha that no longer criminalizes addiction or poverty. We must reimagine a system where cops don't shoot innocent black men in the back 7 times and get away with it. We must reimagine a Kenosha where police never launch tear gas and non-lethal rounds or drive their military-grade vehicles at protesters to incite a riot. Close your eyes and imagine if police had handled things differently. Maybe Gage would have never felt the need to be a medic. Maybe Anthony would have never felt the need to intervene with an active shooter. Let's reimagine our public education system. Let's imagine a public education system that teaches...
Give it up, you got it!
Let's imagine public schools that teach financial literacy, honest history curriculum, and anti-racism education. Imagine public schools with teachers who look like their students, where students learn world languages and cultures, and where teachers and students have a voice in decision-making. Imagine if schools fully taught civics. Imagine that students learned that when Thomas Jefferson, a slave owner himself, wrote the Declaration of Independence, he stole the words of John Locke. Locke wrote that all men have the right to life, liberty, and property. When our founding document was written, Jefferson changed property to pursuit of happiness because he understood that the pursuit of happiness, equality, and justice superseded property rights every single time. Close your eyes and imagine a world where Kyle Rittenhouse received that education. And let's also imagine a Kenosha where everyone has a warm place to rest their head and the food to fill their stomach. Imagine the homeless individuals suffering from addiction are actually given shelter and the help they need. And when you imagine that, hold the Shalom Center, the Hope Council, and the DARE program accountable to the stereotypes they promote. Close your eyes and imagine that JoJo had access to better health care, to a home. Imagine that he never had to be out there without his medication that fateful night when he would decide to run at an armed individual who was threatening the Zeminski's lives. Reimagine this community in a way that prevents the tragedies we must all live with our entire life. It's time for us to put forward our vision. We can no longer accept the mass uptown gentrification plans hidden behind the word innovation, or the elected leaders who shut down the city's only wet shelter. In April of next year, we must vote, and we must push out the old guard and elect a new era of leadership for Kenosha. When we do that, we the people must demand that our reimagining of Kenosha happens, and it does not stop with the issues I mentioned today. Please close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes and imagine a Kenosha where you and your family and your friends and even your enemies can thrive. Reimagine Kenosha in a way that stays true to the values this nation has always promised, and stop letting violent, radical racists hijack the idea of America. Reclaim America, because the values of those standing here are on the right side of history. Close your eyes and reimagine Kenosha. Close your eyes and reimagine Wisconsin. Close your eyes and reimagine America just as the founders intended us to do. Justice for Jacob, justice for Anthony, justice for JoJo, justice for Gage, Justice for Crystal. Justice for Donna. Justice for all. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Everybody grab a skateboard for Anthony today.
All right, all right.
Anthony and JoJo.
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 Justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Justice.
No peace.
So we're getting ready to get to marching unless we got a couple of questions. We're going to do what we came to do today, which is put boots to the street. Is there any questions?
Questions from the press.
You talked about economic pressure. Is there a plan for any kind of boycott?
Well, just on the peripheral, anybody that had anything to do with the militia, we're going to shut you down.
We're
going to find out who had to do with the militia, we're going to shut them down. We're going to find out who funded the militia, we're going to shut them down. Then we're going national, we're going to get the pillow guy and shut him down. Anybody who's involved with pushing this idiotic mess over on our people, we're going to find you and we're going to do harm to you economically.
There will be a national boycott.
Yes,
there will be a national economic boycott that we'll be announcing in the days ahead, because we know that in a capitalistic society, capital makes a difference. There will be basketball games shut down. There will be football games shut down. There will be disruption, economic disruption behind this. The calculus that all we're going to do is march is a miscalculus. We know that there are individuals that help fund a $2 million legal defense fund. We know that there are individuals that are fundraising right now and using Kyle Rittenhouse as a means of politicizing and weaponizing him against black and brown people, against poor people, against...
Is New York that way? New York is that way? How many blocks? Where is New York?
New York?
It's there? Do you guys know where New York is? Where's New York? Yeah, is it that way or that way?
Directionally challenged.
I know. You think it's that way? Okay. Thank you. You're so sweet. There's a lot of protesters. I'm basically walking to try to figure out what's going on. Okay. 349. Come on. A police car? Where is that? Where? Okay, dude. There's so many police cars. Where are you? Is this New York? I'm on 15 and 8. I don't know where. Do you guys know where New York is? No, you don't know. I'm on 15 and H. I do not know where New York is. Hi, I don't know where New York is. I'm on 15 and H. And H, where's New York? I do not know where New York is. I don't know where New York Avenue is. I keep telling you this. I'm on H and 15. I do not know where New York is. I'm at the Cheesecake Factory. Hello? Hello? Well, that did not work. You guys want me to follow them, or you want me to show you what's happening at the U.S. Capitol? Well, what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to know where New York is? I have no idea. Do you guys know where New York is? No, you don't have no idea. New York Avenue? No one knows where New York Avenue is. I'm at the Cheesecake Factory. I do not know where New York is. This is ridiculous. Should I just cancel this person? I mean, come on. You know what? I'm just going to cancel it because I have no idea where I am. This is ridiculous. I can't find it. I do not know where that was. I'm canceling because that guy does not know where anything is, and I don't know where anything is, and what's the point? Oh well, that was just a total failure. Oh, I can't get to the U.S. Capitol, so there's another one. This protest is closing all the streets in front of everywhere, so I tried to get an Uber and it wouldn't even pick me up. So I'm just gonna walk down Pennsylvania Avenue because I'm with thousands of people in the middle of a protest. I know you don't watch my live streams, but this is pretty serious. I've never seen this many people in Washington, D.C. since Stop the Steal. So this is a
Put your hands on me, motherfucker. Anytime you want to,
Let's go. Everybody, let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's walk. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let it
It's not my problem. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's not my problem. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? We don't need anything. Let's go. This is what they want.
Good job. That was a good job. Keep peace. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Nice job. Yeah, great job. Good job.
Why he's provocating?
These people are really pissed at CNN. Oh my god, do I not have a battery pack? Wow, for the first time in my life, I don't have a battery pack. This is gonna get very, very interesting. How do I not have a battery pack? Thanks so much for everyone for not helping me make sure that I have a battery pack for everything that I do. Every single day I work so hard for you and now I don't have a battery pack. So all this is just gonna end and I won't be able to turn on again because I don't have my battery pack with me. So I just wanna say thank you so much to all y'all for always caring about what happens to Corinne, because you obviously don't give a shit because I don't have a battery pack and I don't have any cords with me for the first time. And I just want to say thank you so much. In the middle of a protest, I don't have a battery pack, and that's just how this all goes down. And, you know, that really pisses me off per usual because I work so hard and then I'm going to run out of battery. Because y'all just think this is just no big deal, but it really is a big deal.
Are you with any media?
Yes.
would you give
Yes.
us a fact sheet?
Thank you, of course.
Sure.
We know what's happening in Ethiopia. You want America out of Ethiopia.
There
You
you
want
go.
your country to be free.
Which media are you associated with?
I'm independent media because probably no media will buy this because they're all censored.
There you go.
Media
Fake
is all
media.
censored.
No
Yes.
fake
You know why
media.
it's fake? Because they get all their money
Absolutely.
from their advertisers. And so they only do what their advertisers tell them to do. So it's a really big. Maybe
No
Europe will
corporate
buy it
media.
though. Maybe Europe will buy it.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice meeting you.
God bless you. Peace. Where are you guys going to go straight? Or are you going to go to the Capitol? Where are you going to go?
The one, I think this is the end point.
Okay, cool. You
Yeah.
guys did such a good job of keeping the peace. Yeah, and the media is bought and sold. So that's what I deal with every single day, and it just breaks my heart.
You're awesome. By the way, do you have a card?
Yeah,
or something
Corinne.
so I
My
can-
name is Corinne. Can you do Instagram? I don't have cards because I get censored so much. It's CORINNE. On Instagram. Do you have Instagram?
I don't. But
Okay, what do you use?
normally, I think Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, Twitter.
whatever.
Corinne on
Yeah.
Twitter. It's CORINNE space today. I should get cards. You guys are amazing. I just get censored so much. So on Twitter, it's Corinne, CORINNE. It's okay, don't worry. We have time.
No, I saw you, and you look like you know what you're doing. So
Yes, I know what I'm doing, and I just cannot believe that the media is so censored. And so CORINNE. See what they do? They've jammed internet. Yeah, space today. TODAY. And I believe every country should be free. Yes, that's me when I used to wear makeup. Yes. I'm Corinne. What's your name? You can DM me anytime. You guys did an amazing job. Yeah, follow. And then DM me anytime you want. And just know that we're getting censored.
If you
Like,
wanna interview,
I want to
you wanna
live.
know more
I
about
want to live
this?
in Ethiopia. I want to live in Eritrea. America's becoming communist and censored. God bless you. Peace. Yes, thank you. Here's another paper plastic mask. This is the World War II. Sorry, World War I. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna get mad at me. That's the World War I. That is the Willard Dillard. Willard Dillard. It's the Willard. I just like to say funny stuff sometimes because the fact that I have no battery pack is ridiculous, and the fact that everything I do is just so censored every single day in a new and different way. It's shocking to me. How am I supposed to get through a day if all my batteries are gonna die? And how do I get an Uber? I'm gonna be stuck in the middle of nowhere with an Uber. Can you believe this? And all my batteries are gonna die, and I'm not gonna get an Uber, and no one gives a shit. And that's what pisses me off the most, is that I work so hard. Hello. Hi. And when this shit hits the fan, where are y'all? I need super fans to come get me on Pennsylvania Avenue right now.
The ones that are countering any kind of change or the growth and development of anybody being a better humanity, the growth of better humanity. Whew, it's still breezy out here, y'all. Kenosha County Courthouse over here, you got the ACLU. Usually we have legal observers out here too, but those would be the yellow hats, or the green hats, I mean.
No peace! No peace! No peace! Anthony Jojo! Anthony Jojo!
And then back to Civic Center Park where you guys were the standoff of last summer started. It started here, then got pushed from here straight down that route that we walked.
people over there. So to hold your space and fill in inside over here, we close up as we started. We always give honor to the Most High. We lost our brothers and sisters, and we got a long road to travel to get justice for everybody. And in order to do that, we must stay safe. We must be well. Put your mask on before you try to put somebody else's mask on. We hope when you call somebody and say, hey, how are you doing? Pause, take a moment, let them share. We've got a lot of brothers and sisters going through some mental issues right now. My dear beloved in Chicago had a little breakdown. The brother brought out the 16-shot tape. We never would have known that man got 16
Y'all
shots.
saw somebody else right there, that little dude Kevin. Some real health issues.
So everybody, please check on everybody that's out here. Love on each other. Respect on each other. Baby, this is high-intense stuff we're dealing with. So if somebody's not having a good day and they snap off, give them a little room, and they go back about 30 minutes later and give them a big hug. We cannot stand to lose each other. Do you understand that? Yeah. We are already a minute number as it is, but we're making a hell of a lot of noise. Give it up for yourselves. We love you. We love you too. We love you. We love you too. We love you. We love you too. So please keep checking our Locks page. They'll be working with all these beautiful organizations that are out here to bring us back together. Next time, bring a friend, bring 2 or 3, because if they really love you, then they got to understand what we're fighting for.
It's important that you leave here today knowing that a movement has begun. This beautiful sister here proves that JoJo was loved. Right. Proves that he was somebody. In spite of how they demonized and lowered his life and his word. And the fact of the matter is Anthony and JoJo engaged lives matter. Yeah. I said their lives matter. Yeah. I said their lives matter. Yeah. I said their lives matter. Yeah. And this sister having the courage to come out and march with us, make some noise for her. Yeah.
I promise you, we get ready to jump all over it as we carry our new family from JoJo and Anthony and the Blake family with Locks and all the other organizations that are represented today, Push and all the many others and all the individuals. We're not leaving nobody out. We got a mission. We got a job. If we got to keep freedom free, then that's what we got to do every day of the week. There is no downtime. That's why you have to communicate with your partners, your family, your loved ones. So when they see that look in your eye, they be like, what rally you on your way to? We love y'all. Please travel. You don't have to leave right away. Get to know some of these people. Get to know who you march with. We got a long way to go, but I see the light in front of us. If we can stay unified, if we can use solidarity, all the issues of the African Americans will be met and many more. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! We love y'all. Have a beautiful afternoon. We love y'all.
That's the wrap, y'all.
All power to the people! All power to the people! Power to the people!
Started peaceful, end peaceful. No destruction, no violence. It's a great change. You know what I mean? It's good to see.
It is not our intent. We recognize every individual and every organization. We thank Racine. We thank Milwaukee. We thank Chicago. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Please stay tuned. Check out Lock page, and we're gonna get back together real soon and make change, baby. Much love.
One love. It's a wrap. What are your thoughts?
Me?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, boss?
I mean, we can't have any change until we can change the laws. So we need to try to still do grassroots stuff here. And then essentially, there's enough people who gave that slush fund for Rittenhouse to have a defense. So there's people of color who have not gotten the same treatment from our legal system. And I think there's help needed financially from the people who are out there with celebrity, with notoriety, to no longer just speaking up. There's people out here that want to give what they have when they don't have much to help out people who are behind bars. So I'm sticking to the celebrity people. Justin said it themselves, let's get some funds going. We need to, unfortunately, in this capitalist society, fight money with money. There's enough people who have been voicing on Twitter and Reddit and not Reddit, TikTok and everything else like that.
You're more socially inclined than I am. I do my best just to manage this.
Snapchat for a second, we get some money. So
tell me locally here, right here in Kenosha, and local. I mean, just even local, like the grassroots aspect here. Like, what's the first steps to change it?
I mean, Kyle Flood said it really well. We need to be able to help out educating the next generation. Absolutely. Teach people that if Kyle Rittenhouse had an education that was broader, that was more accepting of all people, and he wasn't taught what he was doing was okay, he could have done better things than to be out there that night.
Education, I think you hit it on the head.
Education is just one of the aspects. We want to stop, criminalization of poverty, criminalization of homelessness. There's people who have tough trials that they don't have the same
mental issues, mental
health. And then, of course, besides education, just currently Black Lives Matter. People of color matter. Indigenous people matter. People with disabilities, indigenous, need to be able to get the same type of empathy that the majority seem to get.
There are a lot of underrepresented groups, people dealing with drug addiction, people dealing with mental disorders. Yes. There's a lot of things that are happening here that are leading to a lot of incarceration. You've seen a lot of changes in a lot of legislation in some places, and some would say it's for the better, but it seems like for the view, it's not really working out. I know the legislation was changed right here with the Michael Bell case. And that was to allow outside departments to investigate law enforcement, local law enforcement, correct?
Yes. From everything that I know about it, essentially it allows outside law enforcement to do further investigation. So basically have some type of transparency.
Yep.
Yeah. But his dad is still asking for broader, in-depth inspection. One of the officers who was involved that night passed away.
This is a little while ago.
Yes. I couldn't tell you exact year, but early 2000s, I would say. But yeah, awesome. It's a long way to go.
Sir, are you mid-interview or?
I am. Good to see you too. Yeah,
I'm in town. See me. You have my info?
How long are you here for? No.
Here, let me give you. Sorry, one second.
Besides, your webpage.
I can't even keep up with that, too.
Because you're always doing this.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying. Here you go, bud. Yeah. Is that it? Nope. That's Bradford.
That is Bradford Community Church.
Big shout out to the clergy there. There you go. That's more like it. We'll keep that one. All right, my guy. Good talking to you, man. Much love.
So, I saw the dude shoving you earlier or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Populi Media.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, he's a young. What do they talk about mental health disorders? That's one of those people that really needs to get some help. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of issues, full of a lot of anger, as you probably heard. A lot of the racial slurs. He threw out homophobic slander, and it's sad, man, because you hear those things being said and you want to see change, but you see people that think they're a part of change, like that gentleman walking, Kevin, Eric, whatever his name is, Steven. I don't know. It doesn't really register on the radar to me, but. Those are the type of people that we got to watch out for because they've perverted a real message and they've turned it into something that's 100% of their own. And then they spit a lot of false narratives and rhetoric, much like mainstream media did, to cause a lot of the problems we see out here. And it's sad.
What's your name, by the way?
CJ. I do a show called CJ TV.
Oh, gotcha. You're actually with the Epic Times.
Oh, you're with Epic Times. Okay.
He's a snitch from Sierra.
How are you?
It's been quite a day, I guess. So.
Sure. Well, hey, man, I'm going to give you my info. I'm going to wrap real quick and then talk to some folks over here.
All right, please do. Yeah.
All right, good deal. Good deal. All right, y'all. We're going to catch y'all soon. We'll talk to some people real quick, answer some questions later. We'll see what's up. Talk to you.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.